G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. I hope you're ready for another cocktail. Now, I am in the southern hemisphere and I know a significant majority of the people who watch these videos are in the northern hemisphere. So I'm coming into spring and nicer weather. Northern hemisphere is going into autumn, or fall as the North Americans like to call it. And so the different moods are happening. And the one thing I really notice with people with their fall cocktails is very apple oriented. Apple cider comes in and apple brandy, or Applejack in the US. The French version is called Calvados, and there's some great apple cider and Applejack cocktails out there. And I got real excited because in random online searches I found an Australian distiller who does an Australian equivalent of Applejack. This is essentially a spirit version of apple cider. You distill either apple juice or apple cider to end up with this spirit. And this is 42% ABV, so it's not mucking about. I love it. The Belgrove Distillery from Tasmania, they call it Apple Hatchet, which is a bit of fun. This cocktail is actually called the Applejack. And so, yeah, big surprise. Traditionally, it has American Applejack in it. I'm going to use this Australian equivalent of Applejack. But I think this is going to be good, and it's a really simple one, and I'm actually going to adapt the recipe to take into account a syrup I made. Let's go! The recipe I'm basing this off is actually by Sasha Petraske, one of the giants of the cocktail renaissance that did so many great things over the noughties and early teens, and this is one of his recipes. Like I said, it's just called the Applejack, and we're going to start off with our apple spirit, our apple brandy. Whatever you have, there's a few options around the world, but we're starting with 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of your apple brandy. Sasha's recipe calls for both apple juice and a little bit of sugar syrup. And I'm going to improvise here because a thing I've been doing is making a whole bunch of syrups. And this one which I'm going to use is an apple syrup that I've made for a little project I've got going at the moment. It's still not finished. It'll be in an upcoming video. I'm having a go at making my own apple sour liqueur because the apple sours they sell in shops are crap. And I thought I'd make one with actual apple and some lemon lime to make it sour. So this is apple syrup that I made, and it was pretty simple. Granny Smith apples I chopped up, covered them in sugar. After about a day, the sugar had completely liquefied. I added a little bit of water to that, and I got fresh apple syrup. So rather than doing apple juice and sugar syrup, I'm going to do 15 mils of my apple syrup. The final touch is some lemon juice for balance. Some lemon juice I squeezed earlier. As I said, I was also making a lemon lime syrup, so I squeezed the lemons as well as using the peel to make an oleosaccharum. So I'm going to add 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of lemon juice. This is a shaking cocktail, so we add ice to our cocktail shaker, put it together, bang it in hard, give that a solid shake for about 10 seconds. Now I'm going to strain that into a Nicodora glass. A nice simple cocktail. It's looking a nice bright drink. Let's see what it tastes like. Whoa. I'm not sure if that's the autumn flavours. Wow, that is great flavours. Really enjoying the apple spirit that I've put in here. And I think my apple syrups worked really well. I do recommend you experiment with that. You don't have to, you could just do apple juice and a bit of simple sugar syrup. But it was pretty easy to make. Slice up an apple, cover it with sugar. Bob's your uncle a day later. This is good. Because I used Granny Smith apples, it's got that nice sharp taste. Oof, I quite like this. Even though it's a relatively strong spirit, this tastes nice, bright and fresh. Probably quite dangerous. It would be far too easy to drink a lot of this one. Well, I'm going to finish this off and enjoy it. I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying yourself. Hey, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, it'd be great if you did. Hit the thumbs up so everyone thinks the world loves me, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload, because there'll be a lot more cocktail adventures to come, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. Until then, take care of yourself, take care of people around you. Until I do see you again, cheers.